Hi, I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Thanks so much for speaking with us here at Sundance London.
Yeah,
Maybe you could kick off with a brief introduction to your film, Hatching. For people who don't know anything about it, what can they expect?
well, Hatching is about a young girl who really tries to please her very demanding mother, and mother is kind of an influencer and is all the time showing her family and her talented daughter to the whole world. And one time the girl finds a strange egg and starts hatching it, and then out of the egg hatches something unexpected.
And can you tell us a bit about the inspiration behind the story? Because at first it feels like quite kind of a sort of, suburban family drama, but of course things quickly become very surreal and rather strange. So where did you get the idea? And in particular, why did you want to root it in this kind of cross between the family drama and the thriller?
Well, the idea came from one sentence from our screenwriter. So our screenwriter Ilja Rautsi said that he has this one sentence in his mind that a boy hatches a doppelganger out of an egg, and that is all he knows. And I just wanted to change the lead character into a girl because I really miss seeing more stories of women and girls in films. And then we started to develop this story, and the story really developed to be about how this girl is all the time trying to please her mother and feels that she's never really loved fully as she is. And the reason why the genre is kind of between drama and horror is that it is a drama story, but I think not being loved fully as you are is horrifying. So therefore the story told us that it needs to be told in a horror genre way.
And such a fantastic cast, but particularly the mother, Sophia, and of course Tina. What an incredible performance for such a young actress. How did you go about casting them, and how did you work with them to achieve your vision?
Yeah, well, we auditioned 1,200 girls for the part of Tinja, and we found Siiri Solalinna, and she had just turned 12 and had never acted anywhere before, and she was just so natural talent and lovely girl. And then I also found Sofia Heikkilä, and she's already a professional actor, and she was just perfect for the part and so good actor. And then we had very long rehearsals with them and with all the actors, and it was very important to me since it's very, very challenging role for such a young girl, so that she would feel comfortable with all of us. So we basically started with all of us, including myself, crawling on the floor and playing monsters, and we went through all the scenes, and so it was very important to me that she feels safe in the shootings.
And what really stands out as well is just how slick all the special effects are and how real. I don't want to give too much away, but so some of the frightening moments are. How on earth did you make that work? And particularly work with the actors, because of course everything that's put in afterwards they have to believe is right there in front of them.
Yeah, well, actually we used practical effects, so we used very little VFX. So I really wanted we have this creature in the film, and I really wanted it to have physical presence, so it feels real. And I wanted it to be an animatronic puppet, like E.T. has been, and I knew that we need the best possible person to make this puppet, so I googled that who is the best animatronic designer in the world, and I found Gustav Högen from London, and he has done creatures for Star Wars and Jurassic World and Prometheus. So I contacted him and he got excited coming on board, and he collected a wonderful team in creating this monster puppet for us. And in shootings we had 5 puppeteers around the puppet, moving the puppet with rods, and Gustav was moving the facial expressions with remote control. So there was a lot going on, and Siiri, who was playing our lead character, said that it was a bit challenging to just concentrate on thinking that, okay, this creature is terrifying because all she sees is these kind of 5 puppeteers in funny suits around the monster. So, but basically all you see in the film, almost all, is what we did live in set.
And I wondered to what extent would you see your film kind of as a body horror as well? It feels like there is certainly, it maybe trend's not the right word, but definitely in female-directed films that focus on the female experience, the body becomes very crucial. And even from the beginning, looking at her body as a gymnast, but then obviously things get sort of more grotesque as the film goes on. What role did that kind of play in your film?
In our film, since the girl is a gymnast and her mother wants also perfection for her body as well, to be this perfect gymnast, and she has very high pressure to look certain way. So I really wanted to tell the story also through body horror and use a lot of body kind of movements and images in this film, and also through the monster I wanted to show how the monster is total opposite of everything the mother wants her daughter to be, and also the daughter is in the age when she's growing up and reaching puberty, so her body is changing. So I also wanted to explore that through the kind of body horror ways.
And what do you ultimately hope people take away from watching it? Because it feels like there's so many themes, the mother-daughter relationship, the pressure on young women, there's obviously the disconnect between, what's on social media and what's real. And also how, like you say, the body horror aspect can kind of make manifest the true anxieties that a lot of women and young women feel.
Yeah, well, certainly the film is all about those things and all about those themes. And in the end, what I would really wish is that I want to leave some space for the audience to think the film as they like, and kind of just make them think about all these themes that you mentioned. And also maybe for me, the most important thing is that in the end, it's the most important thing is to be loved fully and as just as you are. Mm-hmm. So.
And finally, how does it feel to have your film here showing at Sundance London?
Oh, it feels wonderful. It feels wonderful because we had our premiere in Sundance, and that was a virtual festival. So now it's wonderful to be here in London and really meet the audience live. So that feels great.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.